Hi there and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Florentin. This will be a brief review and demo of this acoustic guitar. It's a Samick ST6-1. This is a 3/4 instrument, 3/4 size. It's not my instrument. I'm fixing it up for one of my students, and I thought I'd do a quick review and demo. Many years ago, when I used to own a brick and mortar, a street music store and school, I was a Samick dealer for a few years, so I'm somewhat familiar with the instrument. This particular model is it's an all-mahogany body. The top is mahogany. It's quite beautiful, this particular instrument. It's got a nice wood pattern there. By the way, this is a two-piece. Most guitars will have a two-piece. That's what you have, the line in the middle. Sometimes you don't see that line, but it's usually a two-piece top and back, and it's just glued in the middle. So you can see there's very nice wood matching here. But anyways, it's an all mahogany body. Top is mahogany, sides are mahogany, quite beautiful, and the back is also mahogany. The neck is also mahogany. The fingerboard is probably mahogany as well. The bridge is mahogany as well. Just got beautiful headstock design there. It's a Greg Bennett design. Beautiful rosette there. These sell for about $190, $180-ish new. It's possible that the 3/4 size might be a little bit less, but they're not entry-level, cheap throwaway instruments. This one is not new, like I said, and I'm glad it's not new because it's easy to do a review of a brand new instrument and then you won't know how the instrument holds up. This is about 2 or 3 years old, and I'm glad it is because I get to see how the instrument holds up. It does have a few bumps and dings here and there because, you know, I belong to a kid, and they sometimes drop it or, you know, bump it into a wall or something. It does have a few spots where the string buzzes because the neck does warp depending on, you know, humidity changes in the winter and summer. I noticed that right here on in the 10th fret, you get a little buzz there, and also on the C sharp and D. But the other frets seem to be okay, so maybe it's a fretting issue right there. But I'm sure the neck needs to be adjusted just a little bit, and for that you get to use the truss rod right there. You do a truss rod adjustment, and so this one does have the truss rod, which is great. I did notice that the bridge is coming off. That's very unfortunate. That happens with entry-level instruments quite often, where they glue it well in the factory, but not well enough to hold. And again, a lot of this has to do with humidity changes. When the humidity changes, if the air gets too dry, then the glue in there dries up, and the pressure of the strings, especially a steel string guitar, this is metal, will pull the bridge up. So I don't know if you can see there in the video, but there's a little opening there as the bridge is beginning to come up. So that's unfortunate. It will probably hold for another year or so. So I put brand new strings on this. I put light strings to help delay the coming off of the bridge. I usually go with the Dario. I'm a fan of the Dario. But you know, I found these around. This is a set of Lion. Lion is made by Washburn, and I went with lights, the lightest string that I could find. And now mahogany instruments will have a very bright sound. So if you see a mahogany, like if you look at a mahogany Martin, it's going to be a very bright guitar. So if you're looking for that sort of sound, look for a mahogany guitar. Let me just show you some chords maybe. Now the sound is a bit small because it's a 3/4 size instrument, so it doesn't have the big boomy sound of the basses, but it is bright. It is very bright. It's a very bright sound because of the mahogany build. Nothing much more to say. The cosmetic appearance is outstanding on these instruments. Great looking instruments. It has Grover tuners, which is awesome, which you would expect on a $200 instrument. It comes with a strap button installed in the back, nothing installed here. So what some people do, they bring the strap over here, but you can also install a strap button here on the heel, and then you can go that way. This is not a solid top instrument, obviously, so the top is made of, you know, inexpensive plywood probably, or just an expensive, well, it's mahogany, I shouldn't say plywood, but it's not solid, not at this price. But overall, a solid build. It's a very sturdy, solid instrument, and I would recommend this for maybe a late beginner. And as far as age, well, the age doesn't matter as much as does height. It depends if you're taller, if your fingers are longer. It's kind of a struggle for me to play on this because I'm a classical player, so I'm used to a very wide neck with lots of space between the strings. So it's a struggle for me to play without a buzz. So if I play something, I don't know, if I try to play something finger style, it's really hard for me to get those notes to sound clean because the strings are so close together that I have a hard time doing that. I got fat fingers, so it's kind of small for me. But if you are a grown-up with smaller hands and skinny fingers, unlike me, then this could work. This would make for a great travel guitar. It'd be good for maybe grown up with shorter fingers and who is a little bit shorter. But basically, this would be recommended for maybe a beginner, late beginner student, maybe a teenager, and use for a couple of years as you wait for a full-size instrument. So here's my short review and demo of the Samick Greg Bennett design STC-1 3/4 size guitar, all mahogany body. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to write them at the bottom. If you're not subscribed to my channel, you're welcome to do that. Thank you for that. Maybe I'll share some pictures with you before I close the video so you can take a close look at the instrument. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Here's some pictures.